Okay, let's get into this. Ever thought about a kind of strange little money-making secret when hiding right there in your own memories? Today we're doing a deep dive into nostalgia. You know that feeling, right? That warm, fuzzy thing. Maybe hearing an old song, it just instantly takes you back. Or smelling a certain food from your childhood, finding an old toy. Most of us, we just feel it, maybe smile, and move on.
But here's the fascinating part, and this is really what our sources dig into. While, yeah, most of us just experience it as an emotion in the right hands, nostalgia is actually a massive multi-billion-dollar industry. And that's where it gets really interesting. It's not just sentiment, it's a serious economic force.
A powerful economic force.
Wow. Okay. So for this deep dive, our goal, our mission really, is to explore how this very personal, very potent emotion gets, well, turned into profit. We've looked at some really interesting source material to show you exactly how that works. So first, let's unpack the why. Why is nostalgia actually so valuable? The research suggests it's not just, remembering things. It's really about comfort, isn't it? But what is it about comfort that makes it sell?
That's the key question, yeah. If you think about it, the world's changing so fast, it feels uncertain sometimes. Nostalgia offers people something solid, like a tangible piece of their past.
Yeah.
And people aren't really buying the thing itself or even the memory. They're buying how the past makes them feel. That feeling, comfort, stability, maybe happiness, that's what holds the value. It's like an anchor.
And you definitely see the big players using this.
Yeah.
All the time. I mean, think about movies you grew up with suddenly back in theaters. Or those old TV shows getting huge reboots. It's tapping right into that feeling. But what about less obvious ways? Are companies doing more subtle things too?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's not always, giant movie re-releases. Our sources point this out clearly. Think about brands from, say, the 80s or 90s. Suddenly they're selling stuff in the original packaging again. Or maybe limited edition Vault releases old video games, classic albums. These are absolutely deliberate business strategies, carefully planned, designed to hit that nostalgic nerve. And what's really interesting is, well, it's not just for the huge companies.
Exactly. And that is where you, listening right now, potentially come in. Because you really don't need a movie studio or, some giant toy company behind you to tap into this. You can start quite small. Like maybe that vintage clothing you've held on to. Authentic band t-shirts, old sports jackets, even certain styles of jeans. They can fetch serious money online, like on Depop or eBay. And maybe you have an attic full of old toys. Trust me, there's probably a collector out there searching for exactly that. Not just for the toy, but for that connection. Right. That piece of their past.
And it begs the question, just how valuable can these things be? I mean, our source material has this incredible example. An unopened Pokémon card pack from 1999. It sold for the price of a used car. A car. That's not just a toy. That's pure childhood memory distilled, commanding this huge premium. But, it's not only about physical things either. There's this whole angle with digital stuff, too. Like, think about curating old internet memes, maybe from the early 2000s, or finding ways to run old software or games people miss. There's a whole niche there.
That's such a good point, expanding it beyond just physical items. And it brings up this other idea. Nostalgia isn't always about selling items at all. It can be about the experience itself.
Yeah.
But how do you actually capture a feeling, something so intangible, and sell it?
That's the challenge, isn't it? But the evidence shows people will pay for the feeling, not just the thing. Consider pop-up diners, designed meticulously to recreate, say, the 1950s vibe. People pay for that atmosphere. Or think about online music playlists, carefully crafted to evoke summer 2002 or something specific like that. Even digital artists, they're making real income creating art based on retro video game styles. The trick is figuring out how to bottle that feeling, package it somehow, make it a sellable experience.
Okay, so if you're listening and thinking, how can I do this? What's the core strategy? Our source material really boils it down to this. Find something that was loved, then kind of forgotten. And now it's really hard, maybe impossible to find.
Yeah.
And then you bring it back.
And that something could honestly be anything. Maybe obscure music from a certain time, or a specific candy bar they stopped making years ago, a childhood game nobody plays anymore. The key isn't just finding it, though. It's how you package it, how you present it, how you sell it. You're not really selling the item. You're selling the memory attached to it, the feeling. Because, and this is the core truth, it really bears repeating, people don't actually buy the past. They buy how the past makes them feel. And if you can sell that feeling, well, you're not just making money then. You're kind of making magic in a way.
So wrapping this up, what we've really seen today is that nostalgia, it's way more than just some fleeting personal emotion we all have. It's actually a powerful, pretty tangible economic force. And, smart people and big companies, they're already using it.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. The next time you get that wave of nostalgia, that warmth, don't just, smile and let it pass. Pause for a second. Ask yourself, could someone else be feeling this exact same thing too?
And if the answer is yes, well, you might just have your next potential income stream sitting right there, waiting. Definitely something to think about from this little deep dive into memory lane. What stands out most to you?